Hello guys, si Kuya Sean sa ulit ito at welcome sa episode 25 ng laro tayo ng Disco Elysium. Pero tayo bago natin start, as usual, check ko muna si OBS kung nag-record siya maayos. So, okay. So, okay naman siya. So, continue natin yung game. Last episode, bali na na convince na natin si Titus na sabihin sa atin kung saan natin mahanap si Ruby. So, kailangan natin siya tanungin tapos na-discover natin na meron pala siyang relationship dun kay kay Clashy. So ngayon, hanapin natin siya. Pero bago yun, kailangan pa natin umabot ng 9 PM para makausap naman natin yung nando sa room na yung may yung si Yossi Boy. So load. Okay. So ngayon, kailangan pa natin kailangan pa natin ng 15 minutes So teka, save ko muna ulit sa Okay, so paano ka tayo magsusunog ng oras? 15 minutes pa Check natin to.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy grab-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Check ulit natin loob.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
In front of Rita. Siya.
Looking for something?
Racist lorry driver. Heto smoke?
No,
He's smoking one right now.
it's my last one.
You hiding smokes from me? Can I get a drag of that then? Para lang doon sa isang natin, isang objective. Sige.
Sorry, hold on.
He puts out the cigarette and flicks the tiny stub toward the street. Fuck, ayara.
What, officer?
The man looks at you coolly. Noxious effluence wafting in the air around him. Shit, say nothing.
Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
For me, 14 minutes pa. Sige, try natin yung isang solution, yung isang sagot.
No. Can't have it.
But I really need it.
That's too bad. It's all done for.
Sige. Fuck, ayara.
What, officer?
Shit.
Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Let me see the soles of your shoes.
Been admiring the stompers, huh? Sure thing. Check them out.
Look at the sole.
You can just make out a familiar pattern in the intricate tangle of treads on the rubber of his soles. It is the map of your city.
That's a map of Revachol.
It sure is.
Where did you get boots like that? But why? Kasi
Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny.
He rubs the back of his balding head. But why?
For when the invasion comes, the last thing they'll see before the lights go out is illustrious Revachol.
It doesn't look like the lieutenant cares. He just makes a little note.
You don't understand you're stomping on Revachol every day, don't you? Whatever. These aren't the boots I'm looking for. Sige to. Number 3.
No, it's not like that. You don't get it. It's when I kick them, you know? Oh, fuck it. It's too complex for you.
Meron pa tayong 13 minutes. Ulit natin.
Been admiring the stompers, huh?
You can just make out.
It sure is. For when the invasion...
It doesn't look like the lieutenant cares. He just makes a little note.
Whatever. These aren't the boots I'm looking for.
The man bites his lip and drops the near-finished cigarette lingering between his fingers. He reaches for a new one.
Oh, you know. What are you holding, man?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
That's ito. Number 2.
Apples.
Sigurado ka.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story to me. Fair enough. I got some other questions. Sige, to. Sounds like a cover story to me.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
Oh, so they grow apples in Grad? Yeah, right. I wasn't really that interested in your cargo anyway, so number 1.
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yokogata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there. You keep saying koikos. What does that actually mean? Actually, I'm not that interested in your cargo, so not at all.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
You keep saying koikos. What does that mean
He
exactly?
means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk. Those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, but why the word koiko?
Cause that's what they're all called. Koiko Pichik, Loslav Koiko, Koikovic someone. Low self-esteem, those guys have. Mind you, they look Occidental, but they're not really like us.
Okay, so it's an ethnic slur?
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
So can I see the apples? Apples then, from Grad, right? Sure. So can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
He looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
You said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
Hold on, what's a carter? And that's a privilege? Zeta.
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
And that's a privilege? So he was a garbage man? Ito. Ah, ito, sige to. Asarin natin.
Not at all. We're part of a guild and everything, huh? It's very ancient, very prestigious.
So it's a kind of union? So you're in a Carter's Guild.
Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
Okay, ulitin natin. May ibang options pa.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
And that's a privilege?
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient, very prestigious.
So it's a kind of union?
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit, but you can't replace experience. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
Okay, so to, what was that? What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
His feet's on the ground.
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
I get it. Someone has to be the unpopular guy. Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Okay, what else have you thought up? Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design. Right, I've already made up my mind. Wanna hear it? Jump ahead. Wag na. Kailangan pa natin ng 4 minutes eh. Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
Yeah. What's the problem with that then? Okay, and?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kids are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Wait, what's this cultural victory? Uh-huh. Say nothing. Right. I've already made up my mind. Wanna hear it? Ito na. Wait, what's this cultural victory?
It's what the kids of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Uh-huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I think I can get down with racism. No. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Okay, sure, whatever. I'm really rather talk about something else. Sige, go to number 2.
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. 2 minutes pa eh. Kailangan pa natin 2 minutes eh. Kapag daldalan pa tayo dito sa... wag na muna. Yung isa naman kausapin natin. Siya naman.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Okay, gotta ask. Where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Curiosity. Going to figure out this strike mess. Routine, part of the investigation. I thought you'd look real familiar for a second there.
No, don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
Okay, number 1. I already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I've been there. Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember though. Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
Okay, wala. Try natin kasapin si Manana. 2 minutes pa eh. Nagsusunog na lang tayo ng oras dito kung gano'n sa lagay na yan.
Hola, wandering man. How can
Hey.
I help you?
Hey, you're the man in the boots at the gate. Kuno said you know about the armor. About the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His
To
promise?
get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know?
Okay. Sakto. 9 p.m. na, so...
So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One
So-
bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to... What? Scare you? The probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
Okay.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it, all the pieces. Actually, I may have better things to do. Sige, number... sige, number 2 lang.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armor too. The one the bullet hits.
Meron naman tayong bagong active quest. Find 1 armor piece. You really just want 1 piece of the armor. It's enough. Find and locate one piece and this one's done. Teka, dito sa yung tinatapos natin. One hour 45 pa.
Good luck if you go for those boots, though. You'll have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Getting the hangman's boots. In order to succeed, the body has to be down. Autopsy has to be finished. And Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky. So don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. Huh? So don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. Victim's feet. Medyo mahirap yun, Okay. Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Where's the rest of the armor? Can he lie to you? Return and confront him. The hangman's armor seems to be missing. Find out what happened to it. The kid throwing rocks at the corpse seems to be a good place to start. Ask him about the body first. Paano ko pa alisin si
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Okay. Good talking to you. Gotta run. Yeah, save natin. So mamaya ako nakakausapin si Kuno. Yun munang yun munang nando sa sa room. Ayan na siya. Save natin dito.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
We got your hint. Found the key right under that stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling as he looks at you. Something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for. Yes. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up. I'm not going to make things just right. I'm going to make them spectacular. Ignore his question. I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene. Sige, number 1.
Beautiful.
he says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door 28. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like a Friday. Why would I want to meet your friend? Very well, I'll talk to him. But first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. Okay, sige. Try natin to.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
Talaga lang, ha?
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where? But I just found you. But I just found you again. Go if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time. Okay, to number 2. But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important. Alright, go then.
Take care, alright?
Dami natin nakuha ang Dami nating nakuha dami nating natapos, ha. Okay. May bago na naman. Interview the Sunday friend. You finally met up with the mysterious smoker on the balcony. He said the one you really want to talk to is his friend. His friend is waiting for you inside in apartment 28. Go and meet him right now. He won't be there later. Okay. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on. Let's go, Kim. We have to interview his Sunday friend. Ito muna, sige.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? He's such a good listener. I like talking to him. There's just something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. He smells good. Why on earth does he smell so good? At lang.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks.
The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. Very mysterious.
Very.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
He nods at the apartment door before you. Okay, so sige, let's do this. For now, umalis kasi pasaway eh. A quarterly business magazine. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Ano yan? Ano yan? Samaran comical hat. Logic pero minus one suggestion. Okay, to take all. Logic. Next time lang, pagka kailangan. Ano yun? Kaya may dialogue pa na yun. Party Dragon Silk Robe. +1 drama, +1 electric chemistry. Take all, sige. Expensive men's perfume lingerie in the air. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. +1 drama, tsaka 1 electric chemistry. Okay ah. An old photo of the same apartment dated Q01. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Okay, so ito na. Someone is always watching. Sino to?
You have acquired the hat. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Point at the bed. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about the wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching? What's an official like you doing in Martinez? Can you tell me about your friend? Thanks. What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? So you're some kind of bureaucrat? What is this international community? What is the price stability? Enough business. Let's talk about something else. You're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability.
He
This
glances,
is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
he glances at his watch.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? What is this international community? What is the price stability? Tell me about Leclerc.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern,
Sur-la-Clé.
urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Celestials darling? That's nice of them. Ito lang. That's nice of
Oh,
them.
yes. Sur la clé is mega benevolent to its darlings.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? What is this international community? Ulitin natin. Pilihan natin yung isang option.
What's there to say? Moreover, it is
Darlings, that can't be.
because a great percentage of Rivachol's culture hails from Sur la Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sir Clay's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Okay. Number 5. I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Turn to Kim. So what I'm hearing is that we're moral intern bitches. Ooh, turn to Kim. So we're actually working for the moral intern. That doesn't seem so bad. Hmm.
There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Turn back to Sunday friend. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Turn to Kim. Lieutenant, are you a moralist? But what is a moral, stable world? Martinet doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. So ito.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Rivachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
He gives you an approving nod. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralists sound incredibly boring. I want more. More action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism? Um, Try natin to.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the price? What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything. That clears everything up.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
This is fascinating, but I wanted to ask you something else. Below 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my question at
The
all.
coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Okay, sure. Give me a leaflet.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Okay, enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend? Thanks. I've got. Okay. You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives us solemn nod.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Because you did it, Mr. Willdon. Drain. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
May nakuha na naman tayo. Tapos pwede tayo mag-increase. Final battle. So, complete na. Nakuha tayo ng skill. Ano kaya susunod natin? Endurance? No, huwag muna. Gusto ko more on skills. Taasan natin logic. Logic natin halos 9 na. Nice. Ay dapat pala encyclopedia next time. Sige. Logic muna. Can you tell me about your friend? Si Clashy to malamang. Na. Can you tell me about your friend?
My friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about? But that doesn't tell me anything about Keto itself. Is it warm there? Cold? Something in between? Sa ito na.
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
Now, what does the letters stand for? Sure, fine. What's this next level you were talking about? Ito, sana.
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance, the United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Reversal going to be a part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
The man draws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name? So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts? Sige to.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
Try ulit natin.
Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education.
Ano yung name niya?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
Okay.
He's deeply enmeshed. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside. Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you alone like this?
We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
He says, raising his hand.
The baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying?
No, listen.
He says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
Parang delikado sabihin natin si Clashy, pero amaya na. Exit muna tayo, save natin.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why can't we talk later? I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around in this apartment. Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done. Try natin to.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Okay, so hindi naman siya umalis eh. So, save natin. Medyo delikado kasi. Dali. Tanggal ko itong autosave. Try natin sabihin yung ano.
Was there anything else?
What if I told you there's a fugitive from the moral intern in Martinez?
A fugitive?
Hypothetically speaking, you might add.
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I would say that is very bad indeed. Not super. What sort of a fugitive are we talking about here?
Pretty serious, like corporate espionage type stuff. I think they may have broken into some places. I'm pretty sure I saw them littering.
That is extremely serious. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but elsewhere it's a very high-level offense. It violates a number of international agreements, in particular the First Lacherte Accord. This fugitive must be turned over to the ICP immediately. Have you apprehended them already?
A moment, if you don't mind, sir.
The lieutenant pulls you aside.
You do realize what you're doing, don't you?
You're dooming a young woman in her hour of desperation.
Yeah, I'm turning over a dangerous fugitive. Oh shit, Clashy could really get into trouble if I tell him about her, huh?
Very real trouble. I won't tell you how to do your job, but remember, this is an RCM matter. Make sure you weigh your next words carefully.
He won't tell you how to do your job, but a good police officer knows when to listen to his partner. When you turn back, the man is looking at you, expectantly.
Pin it on someone else. Her name is Catherine, and she's at the railing in rags. I meant that as a hypothetical. I meant that as a hypothetical. I don't actually know about any carpet espionage. Pag hindi natin nakuha guys, i-cut ko na lang muna. So, try natin to. Kasi di pwede sabihin si Clashy. So, taka. Try ko. Pagka-cut ko tapos pag makuha. Ano ba? Drama.
Of all the names stored in the
Okay. Pause lang sandali.
which of your enemies would you most like to make trouble for?
Okay, so nakuha ko guys. So, option, pwede natin ipin sa iba. His name is Kurt and he's working at the Whirling in Rags. This guy's as a cafeteria manager. You'll find him hanging out by the roundabout. He's disguised as a really racist lorry driver. Wag si Evrat. Wag si Gart. O sige to. Sige, yung lorry driver. You'll find him hanging out by the roundabout. His disguise really racist lorry driver.
As a common lorry driver, you say? Interesting. Are you sure?
He may not look like any corporate spy, but that's what makes him so effective.
Much as I'm inclined to believe you, I'm not sure my colleagues at the ICP will. I'll make note of your claims in my report, but I'm sorry to say it's likely to end up in the back of the filing cabinet somewhere in Mirova, unread and forgotten.
That's a shame. That's totally fine. That's a shame.
Yes, it rather is. As much as I am a true believer in international institutions, there are times when even I grow frustrated with the bureaucracy. Well, no matter. I should thank you for bringing this to our attention. Your efforts have been noted.
Okay.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Okay, thanks. I've got all I need.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
So, end na natin dito muna guys. So, gumawa tayo ng gulo. So, anyway, so, save natin. Okay, so, end na muna natin for now. So, in menu, tas end. Gumawa na naman ng autosave pasaway. Okay, so anyway guys, Kaya Velosa signing off. Tuloy na lang ulit natin ito next episode.